Good morning. It's going to be very loud. Sorry about that. I'll give you a formal good morning. Welcome. I hope that you all are having a really good day. It is very early morning, and as I started filming, Jack and Zoe decided to play a game, so I needed to give them time to play. We have our German Shepherds are working lines. When I had litters, they either went to sport homes, which of course the sport that I have always been interested in and have trained in is Schutzen. I did have some become police dogs out of my litter. Best friend, personal protection, all of the above. They have a lot of energy and a lot of drive. And I'm almost out of this cream. And Zoe has always been, I mean, I don't know how much I'm going to edit out, but she has always been the one. Well, I guess both my females. Her daughter Diva is pretty much that way too. Very, you know, a lot of extra energy. So in bad weather, winter, a lot of rain, when I can't do training, we came up with a couple different mental stimulation games. One, because all of them are so ball driven, is hide the ball. And we put them either Zoe in here because the bathroom is tile and she is almost 10 now, so she stays in here. Jack hides the ball, or I do if I'm not busy, and then we open the door and she has to go find it in the whole house. So she has gotten very quick, very, very good at it. Since she's been on her medicine, you would not know she's 10. My skin is still acting very dry, so I'm going to use the Smashbox primerizer. I was going to do a side-by-side with this in a hard candy primer, the Hydra Touch, I believe. When I went to Walmart, I made sure that they still had the Hydra Touch, and they did not, so I didn't do the side-by-side. But basically, this is a little more of a liquid. The other is just a little bit thicker, so that's really the difference on my face. They both act, and I get the same results from both. So they have another one, hydration something. I don't know if it's the same thing, so they keep changing. I hate that. The CoverGirl Vitalist, I have not used this in a long time. I have shades 740 and 742, and there is one is a little more cool, one is a little more warm. Yeah, I think the 742. I feel like I haven't sat down and talked to you guys in so long. I know, since I know I haven't really sat down and talked to you since I took my little break. I did a couple videos and I just did them too soon. And I went to edit them and then it made me sad and depressed. And basically, I just want to say thank you for supporting me, for being there when I took a little time off and just kind of pulled myself together. So thank you. This is the Makeup Revolution Prime and Lock. I did my eye look yesterday morning about 10, and last night at 10:30 when I washed my face. It looked amazing. It looked amazing. Fresh, vivid. I mean, this is really a good eye primer. If you have dark eyes, if you have vein issues around your eye area, it does help camouflage that some. I don't feel that I have to use as much corrector. Use Naked Basics 2 for my crease color. I haven't said a lot because I was just, I don't know. But the state has been cutting the budgets for special needs to have help, whether they be in the community or in home care, so they don't have to be institutionalized. And they cut TEF's budget this year because some of you that have been with me for a while know that a few years ago, because we had an issue with a worker. I'm not going to get into all that, but it became very apparent that I needed to step up and make sure that TEF was getting the correct people in her circle, because, you know, she had to have somebody with her when she would go volunteer. I started working part-time with her, and she's had a lot of health issues, as some of you know, through the past few years, and she is bedridden now, while her one worker, her full-time worker, she went, well, we were working about the same hours actually, but she is following her dreams. And Roxy has a lot of talent. Every time she's in town, she always stops to see TEF and calls and checks on her, but they never replaced her. And I was like, they're up to something. So I was working for me and for Roxy. This is the E.L.F. Prism Palette in Sunset. Here's the colors that we have. And I'm going to take this color right here. That's really pretty. Is that the one I want? No. I want this one right here. Yeah. So long story short, even though I was working the hours, they cut her budget. They cut a lot of people's budgets. I'm going to go in with this first color for the inner part of my eye. So we have been fighting to get it back, and the our like mediator, I guess is what I would call her, I said, well, how do we appeal this? Now mind you, they're used to my mom, who goes along and is okay. Went into that same color. Or my mom had health issues the last part of the year too. And I said, you know, what do we need to do? And she goes, I don't know. Nobody's ever fought the government. I was like, buckle up. We're about to do it. Promised my dad and my stepdad that I take care of my mom and my sister. I don't make promises that I don't keep. Even failing, at least, you know, I tried. So we got the one thing, they turned us down. And they sent this form, and it was like, I don't know, it was turned weird or something. It was almost like they just thought it would be, I don't know, part of the paperwork. Maybe I'm just paranoid about it, I don't know. But it was like they didn't want us to see where we could actually file and request a hearing. So guess what I did? And our hearing, because of the situation, was going to be today. And it was going to be a phone conference call hearing kind of thing, because, you know, Tef can't go, and the whole situation. So Tuesday, we get a phone call from our mediator, and she had just gotten a phone call, and the one company that is the one that determines our budget had called and wanted to do a pre-hearing conference call. And I said, I mean, I really don't know anything about it. And she said, well, I don't either. Kind of the blind leading the blind, but she really does care so much for Tef. I mean, for my mom too, where she wants to make sure she gets everything available to help my mom that she can. When they sent the paperwork for the, you know, are you sure you want to do the hearing thing, there was this thing in there, something about institutionalizing Tef, which was always like my parents' biggest fear. And my mom saw that and she like freaked. But anyway, we did this. I said, well, let's do it today, because I'm the type of person, I don't want to have to worry about it. You know what I mean? I don't want to have time to sit and worry and you know, let the devil have a playground with my mind, basically. So she called me back and she's like, okay, 20 minutes. And I was like, all right. So of course, you know, Mom and I went in the other room, because stuff like this can really affect Tef. When I go into, you know, she can no longer use her arm. She is totally bedridden. You know, this is all she has is human interaction, brain stimulation. You know, that's all she has left. So they counter offered, and we just wanted her hours back. That's all. It's not like we wanted money. We wanted hours back so we could get another worker, a part-time worker even at that. So they counter offered, and we made a counter offer, and long story short, by the grace of God, we got all of her hours back in her budget except for 4. I'll take it. So now we can start looking for someone. I am so excited for Tef. I really am. I think it's going to be a really, really good thing for her. And she's excited. So when we were all done, I didn't feel comfortable giving her name, just because I don't have her permission, and I don't want to do anything that could affect her job if the right people would happen to find this video. So, but she called me and she said, well, you can mark it in history. You're the first family that has fought the government and won. Because I even talked to a senator, and he said, Trish in Charleston, they don't care. They don't care about your sister. He said, I'm not trying to upset you or offend you. He said, but I'm just telling you the truth. And I said, you know what? I appreciate your honesty. I don't appreciate what you're saying, but I appreciate your honesty. And I did. So we are blessed and looking forward, because there's times, you know, my mom just turned 80. If my mom has a doctor's appointment, I think it would be really nice if I was able to go with her. This is, oh, this is natural beige. That's not too dark, I don't think, for under my eyes. And I'm just going to sweep this just to set. Oh man, one just went in my eyeball. So that was a huge blessing. The bronzer I'm going to use is the Physicians Formula, the BB bronzer. I'm going to use the Milani in Pink Play. I'm going to use Sephora Pencil in Rosewood and O Rose with the Pure Liquid Lip. Take a little bit of my Dose of Colors just on my finger. This is Air from the Wet n Wild collection. Thank you, please. Quick mascara, and I am done. Use my Princess mascara. Granddaughter lost her first tooth. She called and she said, Grandma, I have something to tell you. I said, what is it, baby? She said, I lost a tooth right out of my head. She said, I will let Mommy take a picture and send you because I know you want to see. I said, I definitely want to see. Grandkids, nothing like it. Let me know if you guys like these videos, just the real life. This is how I get my butt out the door. I hope that you all have an amazing day. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and all of my craziness. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.